Good evening, everybody. We're going to go ahead and start. We're glad you're here this evening to our final concert, our spring concert. We're going to start, if you haven't already scanned in the QR codes, the programs are on the QR codes. We would ask that all of the electronic devices are hopefully at least on silent. Please don't take any flash photography because that kind of blinds the students with that going on. If you're a DP band student, your electronic devices are not out at all. Okay? We hope that you enjoy the work that these students have put in throughout the year. You're going to see first our beginning band, and they do have some help. We have a couple of folks who have joined in to fill out the ranks, but we do have a lot of first-year folks on an instrument. You will see some people who are up here who might play a different instrument during concert season. We've got some folks who are learning a secondary instrument as well. So without any further ado, this is the beginning band and Miss Lightbody conducting.
every day. I'm so proud of them. They are constantly working super hard to achieve things that I don't normally see beginning men do, and I would just like to express that and give one more song for you. So thank you.
tradition we have here at Dr. Phillips is we recognize all the seniors and talk about where they're going. We have one senior in this group, Amaya Davis, and she's undecided but is studying North Carolina. All right, so if you give us a couple minutes here, we're going to transition to our symphonic band, so maybe 4 or 5 minutes and we'll be good to go. Symphonic band with the first row, start and go through the back for the shot flash, okay? Thank you.
All right, well, welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this live stream this evening for the band's spring concert. That was a good start. That was the beginning band that you just heard, playing 5 songs. Kitty Hawk March by John Edmondson, Creepy Crawlies by Michael Story, of course a rendition of Star Wars arranged by Mr. Schaefer, and Monticello Memories by Gary Fagan. So we were going to be just taking a couple minutes while they change and get ready for the symphonic band. So again, I just want to let you know who I am. My name is Bob Jaguar, and I am the coordinator for the TV film program, and it is my program and my students who are actually creating and bringing this live stream to you today. So I want to thank them. This is their practicum and the way that they kind of show what they're using in class in a real life situation. I am now joined by one of the band directors, Sarah Lightbody, who just was conducting the beginning band. Welcome, Sarah.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Hey, can you tell us a little bit about the beginning band and what your strategies are and what's going on there?
Yeah, so this is actually, I believe, the first year in a very long time that Dr. Phillips High School has had a beginning band. So originally we started this year, I had 5 kids in my class, and now I'm up to, I believe, about 13 kids, and I had a lot of kids that were wanting to come and play with beginning band, so I allowed a few to come play with us because I know it helps build the program, and it also helps those beginners to see what you are supposed to sound like in your first few years.
Right, yeah, that's awesome. That was a really good start.
Thank
some
you.
fairly recognizable stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think the audience appreciated that.
I hope so.
Yeah. So tell us what's coming up next is Symphonic Band. So define what Symphonic Band is for us.
So Symphonic Band is our second level ensemble. So we have 2 ensembles that are not beginning band. We have Wind Ensemble and Symphonic Band. All students audition to be a part of this band. So it's some crazy stuff that they are playing. We just recently came back from state MPA, which a lot of second bands don't even go to.
Right.
So our symphonic band is really kicking. You're about to hear a piece called Festivo. That involves a lot of counting. You cannot play this piece unless you know how to read music and count it correctly.
Are you saying you guys use math in
Oh
band?
yeah,
Oh my
all
gosh.
the time. Yeah, so you'll hear a lot of rhythmic things in Festivo, a lot of cool percussion features. And then the second piece, Amerland, I'll be conducting that one. That's more of a lyrical, softer piece right there, and then we'll end with a bang with Danza Finale.
Great. So this symphonic band, this is the end of the year. Can you talk to me a little bit about the progression and the learning curve that's gone on with these particular students from beginning of year to now?
So majority of our symphonic band is actually freshmen. I want to say about 70% of that group on stage is freshmen. So they come in, they have habits from schools that we don't really know about because we did not teach it to them. So they come in, and they're not necessarily bad habits, but we like to do things a particular way here. So when they come in, we just want to make sure that they're doing all the right things. And it takes a little bit for them to grow into the things that we want them to do, but clearly, as we just got back from state and earned awesome ratings, they do it well.
They have made some progress, right?
Yes, oh yeah.
Will we see all of these kids in symphonic or in wind ensemble next year?
It depends. It depends on their audition. So at the end of the school year, we have them give us just a little audition, and when it comes to the beginning of the school year, that's when we'll determine what ensemble they're supposed to be in.
Gotcha. So I know this is the end of the year concert, and a lot of students, of course, are taking finals and looking forward to summer, but what happens in the summer with these kids? What are these kids supposed to do in the summer? Just completely stay away from their instruments? Or?
Oh no, we hope that they will practice them every single day, at least 30 minutes a day. But more realistically,
Here we go.
While they're setting up, they're almost done here. I'm asking folks I'd like to thank. It takes a lot of work to make all this happen, and we couldn't do it without parents, administrators, all the folks who help us on a daily basis. I know we have some administration who is here. I know Ms. Ramsey is here, Mrs. Rollin, Ms. Nugent, they're all in the back. Oh, there they are, I see them. So I thank them for all the support they give. Two ladies who help out all of, move over here. That was close. That was workers' comp right there. Ms. Ramsey just had a panic moment. So we have two moms who are, and there's more than those, but there's two moms who head it all up and are always here for MPAs and concerts, and that's Kendra, Ronnie, and Angelica Isaac. We're here tonight again. Make sure all of you and we have a bunch of amazing colleagues to work with, and we're so very fortunate. It kind of happened during COVID. I know that's a bad word to say, but Mr. Jaguar and his stream team started streaming all the concerts, and it's been so well received, we just kept on doing it. So I want to thank Mr. Jaguar and all his stream team folks who do every concert here. Orchestra, drama, everything. So huge shout out to them and all their hard work and making all that happen. So really appreciate that. We do not take that for granted. We really do appreciate your time and efforts. I think they're trying something new back there this year too, with some things that are happening. So you'll probably want to go back and check that out. It might be fun. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, and Ms. Morrow is here. See, look at all that great presentation. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna get back to work here, get some chairs and stands. That's what I usually do, is move stuff around. So I'm gonna get back to work. So give us about 5 more minutes, and we'll be ready to go.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that, Sarah. We always defer to Mr. Watford, don't we?
Oh, yeah, of course. Man's boss.
So we were talking about summer, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So ideally, it would be great if they practiced every day, but realistically, we'll see them at band camp for 2 weeks in July, and that is where a lot of the people will learn and relearn how to march, getting prepared for the fall marching band season, and then actually the entire summer, at least, I believe once a week, you'll see percussion coming on campus, learning all of their stuff. They are the ones that are going to be here all the time,
Right.
and they're going to keep us solid and rhythmically correct.
They learn how to hydrate in the summer, don't
Yes.
they?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Lightbody.
Thank you so much.
Hope that we'll get a chance to chat with you after Symphonic.
Woohoo.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right. All right, I have had a couple of requests for people looking for the program link here online, and unfortunately right now that link is created inside the OCPS system, and it can't be shared outside the system. But I tell you what, we are going to look into that and see if we can't do a better job of providing that for you. In the meantime, I will continue to try and post in the notes the next piece that is coming up. There are 3 pieces coming up with Symphonic Band. It is Festivo by Vaclav Nelhibel, and then Amerland by Jacob Dehaan, and then Danza Final by Ginastera and arranged by Longfield. I think Miss Lightbody had talked about that briefly. So those are the 3 pieces coming up, and so we are going to sit back and listen to Symphonic Band.
Normally we actually practice the transitions, but we didn't get to do that. So, but it's all good. So thank you again for your patience. We're going to start our portion of the program. Woo! Yeah. Woo! Hey, and for those of you who don't know, we actually just came back from our state level music performance assessment last Wednesday, and both bands have learned pretty much entirely new pieces. One ensemble kept one piece, but Symphonic bands actually learned all new music, so it's really awesome that, we haven't spent a lot of time on this, and because of testing and stuff, right, especially, we didn't see it the last couple days, but we're so proud of the hard work that they've been doing. Okay. I want to recognize a few people. First, every year at our summer conference, we have the Florida Bandmasters Association Summer Conference. This year it's in Orlando again. We have 2 students in this group selected for the 9-star honor band, and that's Anai Mathura and Hiram Trout. That was a surprise for them unless they check their emails, so awesome. Cool. All right, moving on, I do want to talk about our seniors in this group as well. So, first we have Jeff Dew, who's going to be enlisting in the Marine Corps. Ariel Grimes is going to the University of South Florida for pre-physical therapy. And Stephanie Rocha is going to Valencia for law and music performance. Awesome. All right, and without further ado, we're going to close our program out, our portion of the program with Danza Fanon.
All right, that was a pretty impressive performance there by the Symphonic Band. And as you heard the band directors talk about, they are coming off MPAs where they earned some pretty good accolades in terms of their improvement and performance. And that's our second band, you know? So these kids are really, really knocking it out of the park here. So I am about to be joined by Miss Sarah Lightbody again, so we can talk a little bit more about Wind Ensemble. So welcome back, Sarah. Good to have you. That symphonic band really sounded good.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that great? So when you talked earlier about the progress that they make from the beginning to the end of the year, I've had the opportunity to listen to them at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year as well, and it's just really impressive. And
Thank you.
So those accolades you won, what were the accolades again that you earned at MPA?
We won excellence. We received straight excellence on stage at State MPA, which is one of the highest ratings you can receive. And then the group that's about to come up is Wind Ensemble, and they received a overall superior rating at State MPA, which is, out of all of the bands in the state of Florida, they are achieving some very fine music.
Yeah, I've heard them too.
Yes.
They're pretty good. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Wind Ensemble and stuff. What are the instruments, and how many students do you have in that band?
So Wind Ensemble is actually quite a large wind ensemble. They're composed of around 71 students, whereas our symphonic band was 105 students. And we tend to keep the bands a little bit bigger here at DP. That's just how we like the sounds. But Wind Ensemble is your standard band arrangement. You'll see instruments from as low as tuba, even double bass. We have a double bassist in this ensemble, and then instruments as high as the piccolo.
So it's not, when I look at this as an outsider, not knowing, I see Wind Ensemble. I didn't think there was brass in it, but that's not true.
Yes, so Wind Ensemble basically means wind instruments ensemble, and that includes percussion as well. Band is a very historic art. It's not the oldest musical art, but it is still very historic, and the Wind Ensemble dates back pretty far, and that just includes, it started with brass bands, and now we've sort of grown up a little bit to include woodwinds and percussion.
Nice. Yeah, it's very nice. I love the sound of full symphonic music
too.
Anyway, so yeah. You want to talk a little bit about the music that's coming up?
Sure. So Hands Across the Sea is a Sousa march. It's a standard Sousa march. It's, one of those tunes written in cut time that everybody can nod their heads to, and they'll enjoy it and be able to find a melody. Hunting Tower Ballad is actually one of the pieces that they just recently took to State MPA, and it is dark and mysterious and one of the coolest pieces I've personally ever heard. And then we have Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Right, so for those of you watching at home, obviously Hands Across the Sea with the Philip Sousa song, you do not want to sit down and listen to that. Stand up, because it's going to make you move, right?
Yeah, it's so fun.
Yeah. And Hunting Tower Ballad.
Yes.
Spooky. Turn the lights on, right?
Yeah, it's dark and mysterious at first, but don't let it fool you for too long.
And what a way to end the performance tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Gandalf, Lord of the Rings, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Yes. So, Sarah, tell us, what's it been like? Is this your first year here?
This is my first year at Dr. Phillips High School.
So tell us the change. What's that? What have you learned about Dr. Phillips?
I have learned that high schoolers are a little bit crazy, but crazy in a good way. They are not shy to tell you how they feel about something, because I feel like, as you grow older, in middle school you're a little shy, you don't want to tell people how you feel. In high school, they will just tell you like it is. If they don't like something, they will let you know, or if they really do love something, hopefully they will let you know also.
That's true.
Which has been really nice.
Has it been a better teaching experience than prior years? Or?
I hesitate to say better, because I think teaching music in any level is super important, and any grade level that you choose to teach is going to have its struggles, and it's going to have its, the great aspects of it. But I truly think that high school is the best fit for me because I love the relationships I'm able to build with these students.
I'd have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Same thing going on with the TV film magnet program. What I love about magnet programs and magnet here at Dr. Phillips is that you get to develop this relationship with students over
Yep.
4 years.
The entire
we're
4
not-
years.
We're not really just teaching kids for 1 semester or 1 year. We really get to know what their strengths and weaknesses are, and it's just really a better teaching environment, knowing
I agree.
how to isolate and how to teach to every individual student based on their strengths and weaknesses, and they respond incredibly well because they get to know you too, so they know your expectations and they know how to
Correct.
perform. So yeah,
So one of the greatest things about the arts is it's not just a 1-year program. I will see these children until they graduate high school and even further because of the impact
Right.
that
Right.
we have and these programs in its entirety of the BPA Magnet have on these students.
right. So I don't want to put you too much on the spot here about numbers, but we're talking a lot about the magnet program, but there's a lot of students up here who are not part of
Oh,
the
yeah.
magnet program. Can you kind of tell us, what the balance is there and how those two mesh together?
So the great thing about our magnet students is they receive extra classes that are more musical. So they'll have to take like a music theory and a keyboard class. That just means the students who are not in the magnet have to work a little bit harder sometimes, and they will always pull through so that they can keep up with the students that are magnets.
Okay, it looks like Mr. Malliot is getting ready to tell us about this section.
Okay, so while we are finishing up transitioning, I just want to talk about a few things here. So Friday, May 17th is going to be our annual band banquet, and all students and family and friends are invited. Tickets are $35. You can order those at drphillipsband.com/banquet. Takes you to the school pay link to get your tickets. Okay, and that's where we're going to talk about all the accomplishments of the year. Everybody will get their solo ensemble medal. If they did solo ensemble, they'll get their varsity letter. We'll do our large national award like the John Philip Sousa Award, and just have a great dinner and a fun time. So again, that's Friday, May 17th. This year we're at a new location at the Rosen JCC Community Center off of Popka Vineland. It's a great venue for this. Again, tomorrow is the last day to purchase those tickets. So if you're coming, we're also going to have our silent auction there, which is a great way we're going to raise money for new instruments. A lot of our instruments are from 1987, 1990, around that time. We're trying to replace those because they're older than I am. So if you're interested in helping us out, and there's some great stuff, like the trombones are donating a day of yard work. Like, it's awesome, right? Cool stuff that you can bid on. And again, that will be at our band banquet on May 17th.
Okay, before we bring in this next tune, this is one that we played at state, but it's a great piece. I've always wanted to do this piece. It was written for when John Philip Sousa passed away. We just played a John Philip Sousa march, but this was written by Respighi, famous Pines of Rome. You know that piece, I'm sure. This was written for band. This was not an orchestra piece first and then band transcribed. That's like a lot of pieces of the time were. But this was written for to honor John Philip Sousa. So, you know, since we're playing a Sousa march, it ties in very well. I think you're gonna really like this piece. I love it. It's hard, but we're gonna do it again. But it is a great piece of music, and hopefully we can make you feel some of the things that I'm sure we're going through, the emotions at that time. Before we start this piece, however, I saw a lot of alumni in the audience. If you're an alumni of Dr. Phillips, would you stand up, please?
Okay, so as we're transitioning to our last piece, we want to recognize all the seniors in this group, and there's quite a lot of them. So if we could just hold our applause till the end, this would be great. But as I call your name, if you want to please stand. Okay, Antonia Alapaza is going to attend UCF for Biological Sciences. Okay. Again, we want to get through. So James Arnaldo, Full Sail University Music Productions Bachelor's. Okay. Aaron Brown, Florida Southern, Criminology and Psychology. Mason Williams, Embry-Riddle University, Aeronautical Sciences. Awesome. Rebecca Costa, Stetson University, Music Education. Rocco Del Rossi, Florida State University for music. Chelsea Domini is enlisting in the United States Army. Angelina Sacco, attending University of Central Florida for English and Creative Writing. University of Florida, Biomedical Sciences. Sergio Hernandez is undecided but will study mechanical engineering. Jacob Heights, Valencia for Business Management. Matthew Iverson Baptiste, Stetson University for Music. University of Central Florida, Biomedical Sciences. Lady Juan Ramirez, University of South Florida for Biomedical Sciences. Rebecca Leal, Ave Maria University for Psychology. Brandon Lorenzo, Savannah College of Art and Design for a BFA in Fashion Design. Avery Maldonado, Stetson for Music Performance. Jaden Manganelli, First Institute for Audio Engineering. Nikel Morris, University of South Florida for Biomedical Sciences. John Ng for University of Florida, Law. Moses Payton, Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University for Music Education. Nabila Salim is undecided. Chloe Smith, University of Florida, Biomedical Engineering. Grant Strickland, UCF, Engineering. Angelina Vasquez, UCF, Forensic Science. Caleb Wolf, Florida State University for Music Education. And Isaiah Youngblood, FAMU for Music Education and Trumpet Performance. How about a huge round of applause for all this? There you go.
So before we play our last piece, I want to thank you again for coming out. I would ask that all band members help move everything back to the band room when we're done with the concert. There he is. You're moving double. Whoever dares moving double. So we started this year with Wizards, the Harry Potter Wizards, and we're going to end this year with the wizard from Lord of the Rings, Gandalf. So, we hope you enjoy Gandalf by Johann de Bene. Lord of the Rings.
great way to end that performance. I'm joined now with Miss Nicole Nasrallah, who is the coordinator for the Visual Performing Arts program and our Dean of Students. What'd you think of that performance?
Man, that was awesome.
Yeah, I think Charles got some words to say.
That was really good.
yeah.
It was really great. And it was really nice to see all the alumni here.
It was, yeah.
So thank you guys for coming out. That was awesome.
So I wanted to just bring Naz on to talk about our last event of the evening, of the season, which will be next Tuesday on May 7th, which is the senior recital. Can you explain a little bit what that is?
That's right. Yes, we do have our VPA senior recital, and we do ask that all VPA members attend, but the seniors are welcome to come and invite their families so they can see them perform one last time on our DP stage here. And that will be 7 o'clock. It is free of charge. Everybody has to make sure they check in so they get credit for being here. And of course, with every show comes a rehearsal. So we will have a rehearsal the day before, right after school, 2:30 to 4:30 in the auditorium, so we can get a little dress rehearsal in so that we can put on a good recital the next day. So hope to see you all there.
Yes, and the good thing is we get to see all 7 strands, a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
A little bit of that. And you're streaming.
And we are streaming.
So
we'll be here at 7 o'clock.
Absolutely.
To the bitter end. It will be our last stream of the year. We've had a really good year, and we're really glad you're joining us, and we look forward to next year. But before that, we look forward to Tuesday. Hope to see you then.
See ya. Have a great night.